Every time anybody tries to bring some truth to the masses, that person usually gets knocked down. You know what I'm saying? That's just the society, that's just the world that we're living in. You know what I'm saying? Those in the upper echelons, they don't want you to spread no wisdom. They don't want you to help people open their eyes. They would do anything to snuff you out. And as you guys already know, it's happened many of times. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people who had some insight or were considered woke, who brought some kind of truth to the masses, were often snuffed. You know what I'm saying? They were often quieted and even taken out. You feel me? So it is what it is. You feel me? Dr. Sebi, exactly. You feel what I'm saying? And so you as a human being have to decipher and have to fucking look at shit for what it is and question everything. If you don't question everything, then you're basically a puppet on the strings of the puppet master. You feel what I'm saying? You're basically just allowing them to decide for you how to think. You have to be your own person and think for yourself. If not, your thoughts aren't actually your thoughts. I'm gonna say that again. If you don't question everything, your thoughts aren't actually your thoughts. Your thoughts are what they want you to think. You have been subliminally mind-fucked so fucking good to the point where you think your thoughts are your thoughts, but in actuality, they're not. You feel me? The truth is you're a robot. The truth is you're being controlled by the media hype and the propaganda that they disperse, that they're pushing out there. So today, I'm here to tell you, question every motherfucking thing. There's a higher percentage of people who are being fucking controlled and subliminally mindfucked like robots than the people who are woke and who question every fucking thing and see everything for what it is. They will always have a higher percentage of people underneath their spell and very few people who know what time it is. And oftentimes the people that do know what time it is are afraid to even speak on it. You feel me? Because it's nothing to play with. You feel me? Because these motherfuckers, like even now, I'm just a regular motherfucker, West Side Vietnam, speaking on this shit, right? But they could come and fucking take me out. They could come and fucking be like, this motherfucker knows too much, or this motherfucker is waking up too many people. Because just like Dr. Sebi, you feel me? He taught health. He taught people a different way. He went against the pharmaceutical companies, billion dollar companies. He was teaching people natural remedies, right? And as a result, he was fucking with these people's money. And these people, when it comes to their money, they don't play. You feel me? They would rather take one person out and deal with that than fucking allow this one person to fuck with their bread. You feel me? And that's just the way it is. You wouldn't think that you would think that these motherfuckers that are up there would be law-abiding citizens, but nah, they're not no law-abiding citizens. They're fucking demons. They're evil. They would do anything that they want to do at any given day. They are the devil. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just the facts of the matter, gang. And the way they look at the rest of us who aren't a part of their fucking circle, part of the upper echelon, the rest of us are considered expendable. You feel what I'm saying? We are not even human beings to them, fam. If we are not within their circle, rubbing elbows with them, we are beneath them and almost like trash. And because they dehumanize us, they could do the things that they want to do to us. You feel what I'm saying? If they do not consider us one of them, then we aren't even human to them. So the government or those in the upper echelons, the 1%ers, the Illuminati, the buku rich, they don't look at the rest of society, the 99% or the rest of us, as fellow human beings. They look at us as expendable. They look at us as dollar signs. They look at us as sweat, blood, and tears that's being shed to fatten their pockets. They look at us and our children and the youth as modern day slavery that they could push throughout their prison system, throughout the whole United States, and put away for life. Life without, death row, football numbers, and think nothing of it. They will not lose no sleep while your children and your family members are incarcerated for decades and decades or life. because of the laws that they push, the laws that they help create, the laws that they funded don't affect their children. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't affect their family. It doesn't affect their generation. You get what I'm saying? And you guys are saying, what do you mean by that? Well, all the laws that are pushed into legislation are backed by politicians who have deep pockets, and so they push their money to pass certain laws, right? And these laws that they push end up falling back into marginalized communities where people from marginalized communities are most affected. And you gotta understand, one day for a motherfucker in prison is thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? A year is hundreds of thousands of dollars. So they're making a gang of money off of people. And so it's like, at the end of the day, it's a dog-eat-dog world, right? At the end of the day, they're saying, okay, we own these prisons. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. How the fuck are we gonna fill up these prisons? We're not gonna fill up these prisons with people from the burbs. We're not gonna fill up these prisons with people from motherfucking penthouses and mansions and all that shit. We're gonna fill up these motherfuckers from Beverly Hills. Ain't coming to fill up these prisons, gang. We're gonna create these laws that will target people from marginalized communities, from lower class communities, from the hoods, from the ghettos, and we're gonna fill up these prisons with their kids. We're gonna fill up these prisons with their dads, their mothers, their cousins, their uncles, their aunties, and that's how we're gonna keep our pockets rich. Now, slavery has been abolished, quote unquote, but in actuality, there's many forms of modern day slavery that still goes on to this very day. They just found a different way of covering it up and making it look good. You feel me? Don't get it twisted. Don't think because they abolished slavery that it's done and over with. No. These motherfuckers got money. These motherfuckers are intellectuals. These motherfuckers are smart. Okay, we abolished fucking slavery on paper, but in actuality, modern day slavery still continues to exist. It still continues to exist in the fucking prison system. It still continues to exist in society. They got your ass working over there paycheck to paycheck, and you're barely getting by. You feel me? They raised the minimum wage, but they also raised the cost of living at the same time. Everything is even. Nothing really changes. You feel me? You might think, okay, they raised the minimum wage, but if they actually raise the cost of living, what the fuck changes? Minimum wage could be $1, it could be $100, but if the fucking cost of living is the same, then nothing changes, fam. You feel what I'm saying? And then they got people over here thinking, we need to go to school. We need to go to college. We need to get a good education in order to get a degree, in order to get this good job. You feel me? But a lot of people come out of college and all that shit with hundreds and thousands of dollars in tuition that they owe. You feel me? So everything, education ain't free. And then by the time you get you a good job, say for instance, you went and got you a fucking degree or whatever. You get you a good job. Say for instance, you making $50 an hour. Facts of reality is this, fam. You're not making $50 an hour. They say you are. On paper it says that, right? But you're getting taxed. Your check is getting taxed. Everything that you buy is taxed. So in actuality, what you think you're making, $50 an hour, after taxes and everything, you're probably making $25, $30 an hour. You feel what I'm saying? And so everything is a subliminal mind fuck, right? They're gonna mind fuck you as best as they can, and it's on you to figure it out. And if you don't figure it out, they're just gonna sit back and laugh, right? They're gonna be like, oh, here goes another dummy that fell for this shit, that don't know what the fuck is going on. You feel me? Here goes another dummy that we're gonna keep treading water, barely getting by. And eventually, hopefully, somewhere along the line in this person's life, something bad's gonna happen, and then we're gonna have this person on edge. House gonna catch on fire. Some kind of medical issue is gonna come up. God forbid your family member catches cancer or whatever. And the fucked up part about it, if your family member does catch cancer, I promise you, they got a cure for that shit. But instead of giving the cure to the people, to cure people of this deadly disease, they rather fatten their pockets having the people buy medicine to fight this cancer that they already have a cure for. That's how fucking evil they are. Because at the end of the day, you are expendable. They don't give a fuck how much you suffer, fam. They don't give a fuck if your people is laying in the hospital dealing with chemo. They don't give a fuck if your people over there dying, losing their lives. Even kids coming down with cancer that they could save their lives, fam. Kids. But there's like, fuck that. Instead of saving a kid or any life that's precious, period, we would rather keep the cure from everybody and allow everybody to spend money in order to try to live. And that's why when Dr. Sebi came along and he was teaching natural remedies and all that shit, they started tripping and the government took him out. Don't get it fucked up, fam. You over here talking about they over there talking about build a wall and shut down the border. You think if a motherfucking America wanted to, they can't shut down the borders? You think they can't? The motherfucker send a motherfucker to the motherfucking moon, to outer space. They could do this, they could do that. They got all kind of technology. You think they don't know how to fucking stop motherfuckers from entering the country? No. That's all hoopla. They're talking about build a wall and this and that. America will be asked the fuck out if people didn't immigrate into this country, fam. Why? Because ain't no motherfucking rich person in the upper echelons gonna take their punk ass down from their mansion and their pedestal and come down to the motherfucking ground floor and go pick fruits in the field or go build and construct the motherfucking highways and buildings and shit like that. Ain't nobody gonna fucking, they're not gonna shed no sweat, blood, and tears. Fuck no. They need people to immigrate into the country because America is built on the sweat, blood, and tears of immigrants, fam. So do not fall for the hype. Do not sit there and say, oh yeah, build a fucking wall and these motherfuckers are still coming into our country. What can we? No, motherfucker. If they wanted to stop the flow of people coming to the country, they can stop it. If they wanted to stop the flow of drugs coming to this country, they can stop it. But the reason why they don't stop all this motherfucking shit is because it benefits them. You feel what I'm saying? We have a fucking homeless crisis. We have a fucked up welfare system. We have a fucked up educational system. We have an overcrowding prison crisis, right? We have all kind of issues going on with the country. But the reason why they do not fix none of these crises is because it does not profit or benefit them. What the fuck do they look like going and take care of the homeless crisis? What money do they get out of that? They don't make no money doing that shit. You feel me? They make more money if there's people homeless. Why? Because the homeless people end up committing crimes, they're gonna go fill up their prisons. If there's homeless people out there, they're gonna be stressed out, depressed, they're gonna lean on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, they created the homeless crisis, fam. And they knew what the fuck they're doing when they created it. You feel what I'm saying? And so as a result, all these crises that we have, think about it. If they were to fix the drug crisis, then they would lose money. Because there ain't no drug addicts committing crimes, there ain't no drug addicts filling up their prisons. You feel me? If they fix the overcrowding crisis, they would lose money. They're making so much money off these prisons being overcrowded that they even got people that are owning privately owned prisons, fam. People are owning privately owned prisons because there's so much money in that shit. Modern day slavery. Put it like this, fam. Think about the shit, fam. There's people that are billionaires, buku millionaires, hundreds of millions of dollars, right? They got enough money that they won't even spend all that money in this lifetime. They could change lives. They could completely fix all these fucking crises that are going on. There's more than one person that's a billionaire. There's more than one person that's 100 buku millionaire. But the common denominator that all of these people have in common is that they're all part of the same rich, upper echelon, Illuminati, social fucking buku fucking rich ass society, right? And not one of them, you would ask yourself, why not one of them? Why not any of them that are millionaires and billionaires? Why ain't any of them doing anything to fucking change society as a whole? You gotta ask yourself that. Why the fuck out of this whole demographic of rich ass people, there ain't one person that's different? There ain't one person that's like, you know what? Fuck the bullshit. I'm gonna go take my billions of money and I'm gonna go change the United States as a whole. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go change the welfare system. I'm gonna change the educational system. I'm gonna change the homeless crisis, the drug crisis, anything that I want. I have the money to do so. The reason why they don't do it is because it's a secret society, fam. And if any of them motherfuckers with that amount of money, you better believe they're a part of that society. And if they go against that society, they know what the fuck is gonna happen. It's spunky. It's real spooky up there. Don't get it fucked up. Don't think once you become buku rich, it's all fine and dandy. Nah, now you're part of a different world, fam. And in that world, there's rules too. You know what I'm saying? And if you go against that shit, these motherfuckers will know how to come and knock you and your whole family, your whole bloodline down, type shit. You feel me? So, me personally, right? A lot of people don't look at it like this. A lot of people don't see it in that kind of way to where they can say, you know what? The issues that we're dealing with right now can so easily be curbed. They can so easily be fixed. There's so many people with enough bread to fix the shit. Why ain't it being fixed? Instead of looking at it that way, people are just looking at the crisis and they're like, damn, our country's fucked up. Hella people struggling. They do not look deeper into that shit, right? But me personally, someone asked me once, they said, where do you want to see yourself in 5 years, right? And this was my answer. How do I word this? I pray that God puts me in a position. I don't know if this is the advent of it. I don't know if this is the start of it, the spearhead, the tip of the spearhead, this social media shit, this platform. I don't know none of that shit. I just know that God knows my heart. And I pray that God puts me in a position one day where I can make millions and millions of dollars. And as a result of making millions and millions of dollars, I'm going to employ people and I'm going to pay them way more than minimum wage. Because if I'm making millions of dollars, then I should be able to pay my employees hundreds of dollars an hour or whatever I could pay them to where it's still sustainable to keep my business going. You feel what I'm saying? When I was in prison, I came up with over 100 of my own invention ideas, right? And my heart of heart, my wish is that one day, some way, somehow, I'll have enough finances to finance one of my inventions. I want to build my invention from the ground up until it becomes a company and sell the whole entire company or the whole entire, the fuck's that shit called? It's just at the top of my head. I forget what it's called. I'm in a mind fart right now, right? But the whole entire rights to my invention, right? And make hundreds of millions of dollars off that. Yeah, a patent, the whole entire patent. There you go. And take that money, right, to invest in my other inventions and get them off the ground. I got over 100 inventions I came up with. I drew them out. I wrote notes to them, and I truly believe they have potential, right? And so I want to make it to where I have millions, even billions of dollars, right? And then when I build myself up like that, instead of paying my employees like McDonald's, like Hilton Hotel, like Ford Motor Company, all these rich ass fucking generational wealth ass companies, minimum wage or whatever, I'm gonna pay my employees whatever amount that I'm possibly able to pay them and still able to sustain my company. So if I could pay them $500 an hour, I'm paying them $500 an hour, right? And the whole thing that I want to do with that is show the rest of the nation and the rest of the world that this has been going on for centuries, that these companies, McDonald's and whatever, they've been making millions and billions of dollars every year, and they have enough money to pay their employees a righteous living, so that their employees won't have to live paycheck to paycheck, so the employees won't have to have thoughts of unaliving themselves or have thoughts of sticking a fucking gun in someone's face to fucking rob somebody because shit done got bad, right? And so I want to be the face of that. I want them to say, who the fuck is this motherfucker? This dude that's been locked up all his life, covered in tattoos, ex-gang member, ex-criminal, the whole nine, right? Who is he? He came out of nowhere and he's paying his employees hundreds of dollars an hour, and he's shaking up the whole entire economy, and he's shaking up the nation and the world as a whole. And he's putting all these Fortune 500 companies on blast, and he's letting it be known that these motherfuckers are leeches. These motherfuckers are getting richer and richer while the poor are getting poorer. There's people who are struggling. People are living paycheck to paycheck. People who are having thoughts of unaliving themselves. People who are fucking, you want me to block you? I block you, Born on Monday. Bye. And as you guys can see, we have people like Born on Monday who asked me to block her because I'm speaking realism, and she is somebody that these people in the upper echelons love because she is a perfect example of the fucking robots that they want. You know what I'm saying? As long as there's people like her in this world, they will never go broke. As long as there's people like her in this world, they will always stay rich. Because all they need is a handful of dummies, and they'll always make money off of them. You feel what I'm saying? There's people like her that are so deeply brainwashed, fam, that even when you come at them with the truth or any fucking bit of realism, they can't even accept that shit. They can't think outside the box. They choose to be robots. They choose to not even think for themselves. You feel me? They choose to fucking be like, I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. I don't give a fuck what you're saying. All I know is one way, and that's the only way I want to know. And at the same time, she probably thinking that I'm talking against her race or her nationality or whatever. I'm not. This is not against white people, fam. This is against everybody this is for everybody that's in the struggle. You feel what I'm saying? Do not get it twisted. People in the upper echelons now, maybe the majority are white, but there's people that are black up there. There's people that are Asian up there. The Illuminati do not discriminate, fam. You feel me? So I'm not just targeting or trying to say it's white people that's doing this shit to the rest of us. No, I'm saying crooked ass, rich ass people are doing this to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So don't think this is a race thing or class thing or majority minority thing. No, it's a human being thing. It's an American thing. You feel what I'm saying? I am here to say that that's a prime example of what's wrong with society today. There's hella people who have been so deeply brainwashed that they don't question nothing. They don't try to look at nothing from different angles. They don't try to think outside the box. They just accept what has been fed to them as truth, and they stay stagnant. And that's the sad part about it, fam. You feel what I'm saying? And all I'm trying to say is, my truth might not be your truth, but go and find your truth for yourself. You feel me? Go and find your truth for yourself. But don't just sit there and accept everything that is given or told to you without questioning it or looking at it from a different angle or a different point of view. Question everything, because it's real spunky in this world. And there's a lot of motherfuckers that want you to stay dumbed down so they could continue to get over on you. You feel me? And I'd be damned if I be somebody's bitch, or I'd be damned if I let somebody play me for a fool, right? And a lot of you guys probably feel the same way, but if you're sitting back and you're not questioning nothing, and if you're just going with the flow and the rest of societal norms, then in actuality, there's a high likelihood that you are being played. You just didn't realize it until you entered this chat. You feel what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, fam. I know this shit is heavy. I know this is a heavy ass topic, but the reason why it's so heavy is because y'all know that I'm speaking some real. Y'all coming to realize, y'all coming to see, like, you know what? I never looked at it that way. I never looked at it from that point of view. Now that you are like opening my mind and you helping me to see it in a different way, damn, that shit's deep. Now what the fuck else that I not really ever questioned? You feel what I'm saying? And then you go from there. And that's all I'm gonna say. Question everything, fam. A lot of y'all probably like, Danny, how you know all this shit? How did you become quote unquote woke? Because I question everything. I question everything, gang. And this is the thing. Let me explain something to you. The reason why I was able to come to this fucking point of thinking is prison was bittersweet. It sucked that I was doing time. It sucked that I was locked up. But the sweet part about it, it gave me nothing but time to think. I could have wasted my time. I could have sat there and fucked off my time, etc., etc., etc. But I chose to sit there and really think. You know what I'm saying? I sat in the shoe. I sat in the hole. I saw Sergeant confinement for years. And I did what I went and sat on top of the mountaintop. And for years, just imagine me right now in the cell. I would just sit there and I would think. I would think about a million different things. I would look at a million different things from a million different angles. I would analyze everything because I had nothing but time to do so, right? But in society, you guys don't have time like that. That's the fact of the matter. You guys are busy. There's 24 hours in a day. You spend 8 hours sleeping. You spend 8 hours working. The 8 hours that you have left for yourself are all ate up by life's responsibilities, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the household, grocery shopping, etc., etc. To the point where you don't really have time to settle the fuck down and do what I did, and that's go sit on top of the mountaintop and think. They want to keep you busy, right? Imagine your enemy's whole fucking agenda is to keep you so busy that you can't stop to think, because once you stop to think, you'll figure them out. So their whole thing is, as long as we keep him or her busy, working and weighed down by life and life's responsibilities, they're never gonna have time to figure us out. They're never gonna have time to fucking look at things from different angles and different points of views. They're never gonna have time to see things for what it is. They're not gonna see that we're subliminally mind fucking them. They're not gonna see that their thoughts aren't actually their thoughts. They're not gonna see that there are actually robots. You feel me? That they've been brainwashed because they're too busy to stop to think. They're too busy to fucking sit there and really focus on all the shit that's going on around them. They're keeping you busy. You feel me? On purpose. You feel me? And people like me had the opportunity when I was locked up to sit there and think and bring the truth back to y'all. If you think about it, a lot of the deep thinkers, they got into a position where they're able to have the time to think. You know what I'm saying? Able to have time to really see things for what it is. Only those that had time to really do that shit are the ones that could really enlighten the masses. Because how the fuck can you enlighten the masses when you're too busy caught up with life? You're too busy fucking taking care of your responsibilities. You're too busy doing this, that, and the third. How the fuck are you gonna sit there and enlighten the masses when you can't even fucking enlighten yourself? You know what I'm saying? You don't have the time to. I'm not saying that you're stupid. I'm saying you're set up. I'm saying that they purposely got you on a hamster wheel on purpose, just so that you can't fucking slow the fuck down and see things for what it is, gang.